Well, here's the warmest welcome to those of you who are perhaps new to the practice of Dru, and particularly the teaching of Dru, and would like to discover more about one of its absolutely bedrock and incredible phenomenon, the spinal wave. And no, this does not mean that your vertebrae are all somehow waving to you. Aha, but yes, it does. Actually, one of the things that makes Dru so powerful and so effective for transforming stuck energies, old emotional pains, or even helping you achieve the great goals that require you to become a new and more vibrant version of yourself. So powerful in achieving all of those things, one of the great keys is segmental mobility along the spine. And it's a very powerful thing. So how does it work and what's happening? The key to transformation is the ability to change your consciousness. And the key to being able to do that is for the energy of your consciousness, in whatever way it's arising, to be able to move and transform through you. Emotions are energy in motion. Subtle energy or life force moves from one part of us to another. Even the thoughts and attitudes that shape our character are energies of consciousness within us. The body is a map of those energies. Being able to move your awareness potently and powerfully through your body, therefore, is a major, major tool for transforming the deep energies within your psyche. And that's why yoga was invented. And the spinal wave is the core ability within all of that, of being able to transform and transport your consciousness along your spine. And many of you will have heard of the three great energy pathways of the body: the Ida, the Pingala, and the Sushumna nadis. Nadi means river. Ida is the river of relaxation awareness, of internalization, of subtleness. Pingala is the river of externalization, of potency, of giving, of transforming. And when those two come into resonance, Sushumna is the resonance of simply being yourself and discovering that you are far more yourself, far more as a being than you ever could possibly have imagined. Segmental mobility is a core structure for making this happen. What happens when you do the spinal wave? Well, every breath is an opportunity for creating a wave of segmental mobility from the base of your spine along its length up to the cranium and potentially beyond. So we're going to be showing you in the Dru Yoga process and in a CPD class coming up in the next couple of weeks how to harness this power inside yoga postures, inside yoga sequences, inside every breath that you take. You have immense power within you. The spinal wave is designed to liberate that power. Just as an example, while you're sitting here, try this very simple technique. Breathe in and breathe out. Now try and do a full breath that comes all the way in to your diaphragm, and the diaphragm flattens downwards as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, it concaves up. So far, so good. Now you might notice that your spine elongates while you're doing that. Let's try and be conscious of that. As you breathe in, take your awareness down all the way to your pelvic girdle. And breathe out, back along. Now this time, as you take your awareness down to the pelvic girdle, imagine your lumbar spine straightening slightly, lengthening slightly. Beautiful. And breathe out. A couple more times like that. Lumbar straightens and lengthens, as does the rest of the spine. Fantastic. Now this time, start from the bottom of the lumbar and rotate it out a little bit, one vertebrae at a time on the in-breath. Beautiful. And out, softening. A little bit more of the lumbar on each in-breath. Rotates out. Top of the vertebrae, rotate out so it straightens. Fantastic. And then as you get to the thoracic at the top of the lumbar, allow the thoracic vertebrae to lift a little bit. The space between them expands on each in-breath a little bit more. Lumbar straightens, thoracic vertebrae separate in a rippling wave that begins to travel more and more up the spine with each in-breath. Fantastic. Until finally you get up to the top of the thoracic at the beginning of the cervical spine. And then you allow those to the top, just like the lumbar, to turn back slightly. And thus the neck lengthens. And eventually you end up with a ripple of expansion from base, vertebrae by vertebrae, all the way up to the top. And this is the spinal wave. If you've got one more moment, just try doing something else. Let there be a ripple of light that travels up the spine with each vertebrae on your in-breath. Softening on the out-breath. A current of light traveling up. Beautiful. And in fact, you can take this up through the koshas. Let there be a ripple of love or joy that bubbles up your spine, or a smile that bubbles up your spine. Emotional energy in motion up your spine. And then finally, let there be a simple knowing of peace traveling up the spine. Ooh. Here I am. And you may now find that your spine becomes quieter and perhaps almost could feel like a pillar of stillness, yet alive and golden, supporting you. When you walk with that kind of presence inside you, when you act, when you talk, when you have meetings, when you engage in conversation with the people you love, and the inside core is still and vibrant, golden and remarkable, your life really takes off. That's the power of Dru. So looking forward to being with you and practicing this for a whole CPD afternoon, coming up very soon. See you soon.